everyone. Welcome back to the next episode of Waifu Wars. I am just a simple weeb. Spent a lot of time watching a lot of fucking anime, so please, please, please praise me before I unalive myself. Do we do?
And I'm that crazy childhood friend who's about to steal your girl, Sobroni.
And welcome to the next episode of Waifu Wars, where we talk about all things anime, the good, the bad, and the weeb, but not your waifu, because she too does not want to watch any more anime. Can't take it anymore. How are you, Oni?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Drew?
I'm exhausted.
I will say I'm slightly drunk because I was drinking a lot today.
Because of the Eagles game?
Well, in celebration, because the Eagles absolutely waxed the Steelers. So.
Oh. Cause I'm good. I worked. I worked.
That's similar to drinking a lot and watching football.
I worked. My dumbass said, I volunteered myself to clean the to clean out like the deep freezer.
Mm.
That was so stupid. That was so stupid. It's the way no one really forced me to do it, but I'm just like, you know what? In case they ever cut my hours or talk about cutting my hours, I'd be like, hey. Oh, because I left early. I left early so I could record this week's episode of Waifu Wars. So I was allowed to leave an hour early. I was like, okay, leave an hour early, but I'm gonna do something fair in return, which was the deep freezer. Terrible experience. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. Water. Who knew? Who knew? Water freezes really fast in there, in the deep freezer. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah, we're going to just speed through this episode because baby, we got a lot to cover. So without any further ado, Oni, do you have any announcements, anything to say before we get started?
Nope, go for it.
All right, let's start off our episode as always with our new segment this week in anime. Wait, I hope we don't have the same. We don't have the same.
I would have been shocked if we had.
I also would have been shocked.
I would have been floored
for my own reasons. So, my bit of news, we're going to. Actually, you know what? You go first, Oni.
Okay, I guess that means yours is depressing and mine's just fun. All right, so in my news, and the fun side of things, Pornhub released their 2024 year in review. Tons of really interesting observations and data that come from it. But one of my favorite observations is, for the 4th year in a row, the number one search term on Pornhub, both in the US and worldwide, was hentai.
Oh, I was like, were you waiting for me to say it?
No, I was doing the drum roll, but I was off beat, as usual.
Shocker.
Hentai was the number one search term on Pornhub. It has been the number one search term, I think, since 2020.
That's
and it's only grown in popularity, so that's wild. And it's not like, oh, this number one search term in Japan. No, it's the number one search term in the world and in the US. So that's wild. I think it shows that I think anime has come a long way to being mainstream, and I think there was a section where it dialed down like the demographics, and of course, to nobody's surprise, millennials and Gen Z are the two biggest demographics for that term. Boomers are not searching hentai; it's mostly just millennials and Gen Z. So I don't know. I just think it's funny and fascinating that, especially since I don't go to Pornhub for hentai, but I guess those of you who do enjoy it.
Yeah, right. Because they don't know.
They don't know the better sites,
right? They don't know where to get the good stuff.
I read that and I'm like, oh, these are the uneducated people. These are the masses.
Screaming.
Yeah. So that's interesting. It's fun to always know.
Also interesting that in third is like Panay, which For those who don't know,
yeah, I noticed that too.
That I'm assuming that's Filipino, right? That's like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if you break it down by gender, I think it was funny because it was hentai was number one for men. No, I think it was like number one for men was hentai, and number two was Japanese, and then for women, number one was lesbian, number two was hentai, and number three was Japanese. So it's like very similar.
Oh, they have the hentai, yeah.
Women also like the hentai.
Okay, well, time for sadness. No, I'm just kidding. So we're not. I wouldn't say we're getting so much sad as we are getting a little political with this news.
Well, that's worse than being sad.
According to Anime News Network, 566 comics and webtoon artists unite to demand the impeachment of the Korean president.
Oh yeah.
So,
like
for those who don't know, yes, the president Suk Yeol-yoon tried declaring martial law on December 4th because the opposing party didn't like how he was governing stuff, and he was just like, fuck it, martial law. And he tried to abolish the National Assembly and arrest the opposition lawmakers and media figures. However, the National Assembly passed a resolution to lift the said martial law within 3 hours, and basically the state of emergency was over by the end of business day. So yeah, basically most people are like, yeah, impeach this motherfucker because what?
Yeah, he's not doing a good job with the fascism.
Yes. So, and amongst those people who are demanding his impeachment includes 17 organizations, including the Korea Comics Artists Association and Webtoon Association. They issued a joint call for action stating President Yoon must be impeached, suspended from his duties, and immediately detained for a thorough investigation. The group further emphasized that South Korea's democracy and the survival of its people are under grave threat. And yeah, apparently everybody agreed because on December 14th, the South Korean National Assembly approved the impeachment motion, and the trial is set to proceed.
Interesting. Yeah, South Korea is going through a lot, I think.
Yeah, that was insane. I remember when I first saw that, I was like, huh? Like a few weeks ago, I was like, what? Like, I was just very confused. But yeah, it seems the trend of people in leadership just kind of push it out their ass. Well, we're glad that at least in South Korea, democracy is protected. Let's hope other places are just as lucky.
Yes.
All right. That being said, now done with our weekly news, it's time for our week. No, not even know what that news. It's time for our weekly reviews. There we go. Oh my god. Okay. We are going to start off with Dandadan episode 10 and 11.
Ooh, I forgot what 10 was real quick. Let me get a refresher. Yeah, we missed last week's episode, so this is a double dose, by the way.
Yes. So basically the nurse is
all right.
Awesome. She's like a super kink master. Kind of might be my top 3 characters.
She had like 5 seconds of screen time.
I already love her.
I love how she's like, I'm anti-bullying. I can't stand bullies. And the first thing she does is be the dom and bullying.
Beat the shit. Exactly. Like, she's just like, I'm so kind to kids. She's just being the old man.
I like the idea of an anti-bullying dom.
Yeah, so good. Like, they didn't have to go that hard for a character we only saw for 5 seconds, and yet they did. So
hopefully she gets more screen time.
um, let's see. So is this the Oh, this is the one where they try to help the Chikatita alien.
Yeah, they find out that his blood is actually milk. Yeah.
Yeah, because that makes sense.
I guess they wanted to just this whole episode was an excuse to do the whole why aliens abduct cows thing.
Yeah, which I was like, that's okay. That's kind of funny, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I think this might be my episode of the week.
Ooh, man, there was so many. Oh god, there was so much anime to watch this week.
I know. This might be my episode. I'm giving myself grace and give myself a second choice, but
I'm not gonna give it to this, but I will say I did enjoy this episode.
no, I'm giving myself two episode, one for each week.
Oh,
I'll be like, I'll give it this one for this week. For last week.
For last week, okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I think I liked the progression amongst the characters, especially Aida.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, there wasn't like some big fighting scene or anything crazy, but Aida, she grew, like, she definitely grew this episode. The way she took,
I loved her character development.
Yeah, she took responsibility for all those nasty rumors she spread about Momo.
Yeah, she's delusional, but she's not a bitch.
Exactly. Well, not anymore.
Not anymore.
So yeah, that was really, really cool. She finally let like her mask quote unquote fall, just to protect Momo. Excuse me. Let's see. Oh, and then Ayase's impersonation at the end of that one dude whose name I do not remember.
So I looked that up, and he was he's a Japanese actor. I guess he's like similar to like, I guess, Clint Eastwood or something from our American perspective. Famous Japanese actor who did like a bunch of famous movies and shows.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like his general tough guy. Like he has like a serious face, and he's like, "I will make the rocket valve and save Japan," whatever. So she was like straight up mocking. It's one of those things that's lost in cultural translation, I guess.
Got you.
But
by got you, I mean my headphones disconnected.
So
I did not hear like the last 15 seconds of what you said.
He was a famous actor from Japan who was basically like the equivalent of Clint Eastwood.
Yeah. Clint Eastwood had a tough guy thing going on. That's kind of how he sounded like when he was doing his tough guy persona. Okay. So yeah, I feel like I got the gist. Like, I got most of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, just them helping the dude with milk and no, that was episode 11, which I guess you can just go into. Episode 11, we meet her Momo's childhood friend Gigi, who we were like for 0.5 seconds we thought like, oh my god, here's the romantic rivalry about to start, and then immediately we were like, nope.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, and I'm sorry to all you Gigi lovers out there. I can't stand him. I really don't like him. He's obnoxious and annoying.
Yeah, I think the point is that you're not supposed to like
him.
No,
but I like other obnoxious, annoying characters. Who's the dude from Demon Slayer that everyone hates? I'm looking him up right now.
The blonde, the blonde dude. Oh,
Zenitsu. I love Zenitsu, and I feel like that's a similar kind of guy. Like he's over the top, annoying, yelling, cringe, super cringy. But I feel like it works in Demon Slayer because it's like it balances out Tanjiro, and Zenitsu still has that cool side to him. Gigi's just like annoying. We didn't need him. Okudun does a good job of balancing the silly and the serious side.
Yeah, like I just got over Aida. Do we need a new Aira?
And Aira does a good job of being the completely delusional out there character who's like pseudo popular. We don't need another one of Aira, but like even more stupid.
Yeah.
Which is an accomplishment in of itself, because Aira was, even in her 5 seconds of screen time, was really dumb this episode.
It's pretty funny. Gigi, though, I will say, demonstrates the just how effective straight privilege works. Excuse me. Oh, sorry, not straight privilege. Pretty privilege works.
Damn, I was like, am I getting thrown under the bus for being straight?
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. Sorry, straight people. I would say pretty privilege. Because he was so fucking stupid, but he's like attractive, so all the girls are like, oh my god, like literally,
he's so goofy and fun. Oh my god,
like literally every single girl just boom, boom, boom. Like the moment he said something nice about them, he was like, oh my god, like oh he's so funny, like oh.
Which, by the way, respect to Momo's girlfriends, because they were like, yeah, we ain't buying that shit. Also, Momo's with Okuru.
What are you talking? No, they also.
Yeah, no, but they
but except they came to their senses when it came to like Momo and Okura. Yes, but outside of that, they also too were lost in the sauce. Because you know, granted, if that was just like an average looking dude or someone that's who's noticeably not conventionally attractive, try that, everyone would be like, get the fuck away from me.
Also, I just want to say I don't like this type of character, because it's clear what his purpose is going to be in this upcoming arc, and that's going to be to make Okudun jealous and like to cock block him in every single romantic interaction, and I cannot stand that. I like cute romantic interactions, like the whole little scene we were getting with Okudun and Momo, and she's like, I'll feed you if you're working out. That could have been a genuinely cute, fun scene, but nope, we gotta get cock blocked by Gigi showing up and being like, ooh, I got you yogurt.
Yeah, Gigi is just like, Gigi is the representation of hot guys who can get away with acting stupid because they're hot.
I wouldn't mind it if he just didn't cock block so much. Like, let Okudun have cute moments with Momo. Stop getting in the way. Like, if he was just a hot guy, but he didn't care about Momo, and it was just like, I don't know, hitting on all her friends and then hitting on Aira or whatever, I'd be fine with it. Like, I still would find him annoying, but I'd be like, all right, whatever. He's just a character I don't like. But now he's actively getting in the way of an element of the show that I really like.
Yeah, but to be fair, it's like that's what his role is, but they're also making Okudun like really pussy, and I'm just
like, that contributes to, because I'm like, oh great, now Okudun's got to be a bitch, and then it's
right. It's like Gigi's not even doing too much, by the way. Like he's not like, I'm in love with you, Momo. Let's whatever.
Yeah,
like,
he didn't pull up to school in like a fucking Ferrari.
To propose to her. Right? He didn't do anything. He just saw them together, and then Okudun was like, oh my god, I can't. No, it's stupid. Why did I even bother? And I'm just like, I hate you so much. You need some more situational awareness.
I get it in the sense that it can be like alienating if you're a shy guy and you see somebody hitting on the girl, and he's portrayed like he's hot, he's cool, like he's the Casanova, so it's like really discouraging. And then it's like you're going to be super negative. So I get where Okudun is coming from. I just hate to see it. And also, I feel like maybe I'm giving the show too much credit. The whole ending scene where it's like the mannequin was proposing to the other mannequin, like, oh, you're my light, and then Okudun was doing that whole thing in his head. Maybe that means he's gonna fight for Momo, so there could be potential.
I think so. I was thinking something along those lines as well.
Mm-hmm. So like if he shows up, Gigi, like if Gigi shows up and he's like, I got yogurt for you, Momo, and then Okudun like pushes him away, like, actually I got 2 yogurts for you, some shit like that. That'd be awesome.
Okay, that's not gonna happen. Oh yeah, that's what annoyed me the most. Like he's getting fucking depressed over fucking yogurt. Like, bitch, you act like Gigi grabbed him by the hips, just hoisted her up somewhere, and just started eating her pussy in front of
the yogurt is a metaphor.
like, sir, I need you to like not get it together.
Clearly.
That's why I'm like, they made him a little too defeated, because Gigi didn't do too much. Like, if you're gonna make him like all pessimistic and think he has no shot, like at least do something where I can see from Okudun's perspective, why you would feel like you want to give up on Momo, or why you feel like you don't have a chance. I'm sorry, yogurt. I don't believe. Sorry, I'm not convinced with the yogurt.
I mean, I don't think it's just yogurt. It's just
they're just trying too hard.
He's just
they're trying too hard to like drive that whole jock versus geek narrative, which I always hate.
I know,
because
I hate it
it's
too.
like because they don't do it well. They just kind of rub it in your face. I don't know if it's done well, but this is not done well.
I just want this is just another element where I'm like, all right, well, my tried and true test, if you can sit down and talk about it for 2 minutes and it solves all the issues in the show, I don't like it. If Okudun literally just asks Momo, how do you feel about Gigi? Do you love him? Are you considering dating him or something? She would probably just be like, oh, hell no. I don't like him that much. And that would solve all the problems. Because it seems like Momo does not have any romantic interest in Gigi. It seems like he's just a friend that she casually knew.
And Gigi, like, if you just see Gigi casually for all 0.5 seconds, like, that's the thing. That's why it gets me mad, because like you don't even have to have that conversation. You just have to watch Gigi hit on literally every woman that has a pulse.
Yeah,
and realize he's clearly not into Momo like that, or else he wouldn't be hitting on the whole female population. That pissed me off. I don't know why that made me upset.
But that's why I don't like this, because this whole arc is going to be very predictable and very stupid. I hope it saves. There's only one episode left. Don't fall into the trap, Dandadan. I believe in you.
I will say the chase scene was awesome. That was fantastic.
Yeah, I loved the yelling. The mannequin being like, oh, ah, ah, and running all over the place.
Yeah, it was very, very cool. Right, up next we have Maou 2099 episode 9 and 10.
I think this was a cute sequence of episodes, batch of episodes.
I would say so as well. This Kizuki girl, I'm liking her. She can fit well with like the cast.
Yeah, she fits very well with them, and
yeah, I agree. Also, is it me or am I picking up kind of lesbian vibes from Takahashi?
I get that. I think maybe bisexual. I think she just likes anything that's pretty.
Yeah, because she was like very down to go to the maid cafe. Like,
yeah,
I think she's not. And by down, I mean it was her idea.
Yeah, it was literally her idea, and she's like, "Oh my god, the maids! Oh my god, let's get a maid with big tits!" Oh, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly. I'm just like, oh.
It wouldn't turn. Also, they are friends, but they are very close, Makina and Takahashi.
Oh yeah, did you see in episode 10 how she actually got like a little jealous when Makina started talking about, what was the woman's name, May?
Yeah, like that was an interesting little scene.
Yeah, she. Like, I'm not used to seeing her get jealous.
How close were you to this May bitch?
Right. Mind you, it's like Makina is like clearly in love with Beltol.
Yeah.
Like so much so that she bought. I'm like, did she write and then buy her own dojin?
Yeah, it looked like she wrote a dojin of Beltol and then bought it.
First of all, how is she surprised that it got printed? Like, how does that happen? What, did she like upload it?
I think she probably uploaded it to a website, and then I guess maybe somebody made the actual physical copy of it or something, and like
I feel like that's kind of illegal.
Probably, yeah, very much so.
But she didn't care because she bought it. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Oh my god, what if it's Takahashi?
I would scream. These 2 episodes, of course, this is Beltol being like, wow, yo, he is like such He's such what would the kids call him? A Chad?
Yeah, he's a Chad.
A Giga Chad.
He's a Giga Chad, and in a good way though. It's not like he's Kirito in the sense that he never loses, that he's overpowered and has all the. But he's Kirito in a fun way. Like this is a fun way of making an overpowered character.
Yeah, because in the last episode 9, he duels that one dude who's like trying to be an asshole. Kizuki easily blows him away, but he doesn't really like. He's not even a dick about it. He's just like, even as he's about to clearly beat him, he's like, "Yeah, be thankful. You can taste my magic. Good job."
You were better than your ancestor. You did a good job.
Exactly. Like, imagine being stunned that hard, but like, not. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't even feel bad about it if someone beat my ass that bad. And I was like, "Oh, no, you could have been worse."
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, that was very cool. Episode 10. First of all, they eat a lot in episode 10.
Half the episode is them eating. It's like going to just them eating.
They're in restaurants and eating. Like, I'm like, this is all in one night, right?
Oh my god, the scene when Kizuki sat down at the maid cafe and just stole Takahashi's drink. I was like, I'm drinking this shit.
Right? She's like, girl, fuck you. That was funny. Like, she's so real. Yeah, they had omurice, they had pancakes, they had. First of all, pancakes and omurice is like crazy. That's crazy.
That's a wild combination.
That is insane. Then they had like the 3 drinks. Then they had. Oh, it was really crazy how they were just like, oh no, we can never eat dragon. This comes from. I think it came from like one of their like comrades' pets. Is that what they said?
Yeah.
Comrades' pets. We can never eat it. And then Kizuki kind of eggs them on. And then they bite into and they're like, oh, this is delicious. Oh, it's okay. He can regenerate.
Yeah, I was like, we can have more
that's of it. Insane. I was like, that is wild. That is wild. Not you ate your former comrade's pet. And you're like, I can't wait for second course. That was insane. And then after that, they're like, oh, there's no stand. Let's get karage. Yeah. And then after that, like when the scene where Takahashi gets jealous, they're eating again.
Yeah, they were just eating all fucking relatable.
Oh no, not for. Oh, actually, yes.
In my early 20s, late teens, totally relatable. Just going from restaurant to restaurant.
I mean, it was relatable on Saturday. Like Saturday, like. First, I had oatmeal. Then at the movie theater, we had a large popcorn, pretzel bites, and a giant ass soda. And then after that, we went to and had hot pot and Korean barbecue. Holy shit! My stomach hurt so much today. I had to get a whatchamacallit, an Alka-Seltzer before I started to work. It was that serious. But yeah. Food aside, what else happened? Oh, so we meet like this. He's not a rat. Goblin. Sorry, Mr. Goblin person, because Goblin's actually really cool as fuck.
Yeah, and I like his drip. He was tripped out. He had like rings and a cape and shit. He was pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, the design was pretty cool. I agree. And he was like very much like, yeah, take care of her, take care of her, take care of her. I don't know why I'm giving evil vibes from Trate.
Oh yeah, me too. At first I'm like, oh, this goblin's gonna do some crazy shit. But I kind of subverted my expectations because I'm like, oh no, this goblin's good. It's Trate that's evil as fuck. She's giving me vibes like the way she was like,
especially when she was like, let me adopt you.
I'm adopting you, and I'm always here for you. I got your back. Let me adopt you already. What's taking so long?
Right. And I think that has to be the secret with whatever's happening with her. Apparently the secret to finding the artifact associated with their family has to do something with Kizuki directly. So yeah, I'm just like, either Tate's the bad guy or the last house is the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do the last house, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But yeah. Yeah, I'm liking this premise so far.
Yeah, I'm liking
having a good
this
time.
this arc. I'm curious
Yeah.
where it goes.
Cool arc. Ends in only 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So gotta wrap things up
I
quickly,
like
I
that the arcs
guess.
are pretty short too. It's like not too
Yeah, I don't mind
short,
that.
but it's just short enough where it's like it doesn't drag, you know?
Agreed. Alright. Up next we have my wife. If my wife was a elementary student, elementary school student. Episodes 11 and 12.
I have mixed. I don't really have mixed feelings. There was one cool moment of this episode,
well.
of these 2 episodes, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty dope. But then overall, I have very not great opinions.
Yeah. So mine doesn't take the news well, which,
God, Jesus
like I said,
Christ.
makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. You're randomly telling her you're getting married to some woman out of nowhere. Excuse me. And then basically all episode 11 is my just like
having
bugging out. Like, right, she is, as the kids would describe, crashing out.
Mine's crash out episode.
Period. It's just my trying to make sense about Nijima's reasoning to marry Mordia. And eventually, like, yeah, like, you're at the end of it, Mai and Nijima, which I think I was like one of my favorite scenes from these 2 episodes, where Mai and Nijima are like having a discussion of being like, having that breakthrough of like, we have to accept and move on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, why I like that so much?
Why?
Because they got to that conclusion without the mother being involved.
Yeah, that was nice.
Like, I don't know, to me that's like, that shows like development. It's like, oh wow, you didn't have to have this 12-year-old girl hold both your hands to get to this point. You guys can just talk it out like the grown adults that you are.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. So yeah, I think that was like a real full circle moment. Like, a sign that, yeah, you guys can do this without Takae. Yeah, that was mostly episode 11. Just my going, and episode 12.
I like I liked the twist, sort of. I liked it when it happened, and then on retrospect, I'm like, no, that doesn't work. Actually,
no, right? Actually, no. I think I skipped the part where I liked it when it happened. I went straight to the no. It doesn't work for me.
I liked it because it was like, oh, that explains why they got married so fast, because it was fake, and it was because it didn't make any sense that they would get married right away. But then it hit on me. I'm like, all right, so they basically just lied to Takae and gave her a false sense of peace, but also, like, that's shitty for the husband. Like, it was all like, so he doesn't end with anybody, and I didn't like it.
Okay, so I guess maybe we have slightly different opposing views on this.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I just don't think he needed to fake it anything. My problem with this series, because that whole thing actually summed up my problem with this series.
Mm-hmm.
The concept of having grief and moving on for this family in the series, for both characters, for whatever reason, it both had to involve like romantic interests for that to happen in one way or another, and I actually don't like that because I don't. That's not how grief works.
So
you don't just get a relationship and then
your issue is the opposite of my issue.
exactly. That's something I don't agree with you. It's not. It's not as simple as I found some cute like. Oh yes, if he started dating Mordia and then she moved on, which would have made more sense. I don't know why he didn't just go there. That was like the obvious.
Yeah, I mean, I think
ending.
they overthought it. Just have him date.
Exactly, and then she's like, "Oh, you're on the way." Boom. Okay, fine. But also, I don't think he even had to like. You don't have to get into some new pussy to let go of your wife of 10 years. Like, that's crazy.
You don't have to, but from a story perspective, I think it just feels empty to be like, oh, and then he ends up with nobody. The end.
No, I think
he dies alone.
I disagree. It shows the fact that basically he got the fuck over himself and was
all right,
like,
Drew, then you die alone fishing. Let me see how that works for you. Let me know how fulfilled you feel.
I mean, if it's to make my like dead husband move on, I'm not gonna fake. I'm not gonna fake a relationship.
I'm not saying in real life.
I'm not faking a fucking proposal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's stupid to fake it. I'm not saying even in real life that you have to. Like, if somebody you love dearly, that you were married to, and you have a child with, so clearly they're irreplaceable and they die, and you don't want to move on. Like, you don't want to, but you should move on. But you don't want to marry again, and you just want to stay alone, like, you know, by yourself. Because you're like, listen, I had that one partner in my life, and I don't feel like I want to commit to someone else. That's fine. I think you can live a happy, fulfilled life that way. But from
I feel like that literally describes what's
okay. But like, now I want to say from a storytelling perspective and not real life, when you have another love interest set up already, that's like there to be the supportive, like you have all the elements in place that would make it so that that he ends up with somebody who's supportive and can help him in his journey and would be a happy ending, and you just don't do that for no reason. I feel like that's bad writing. Like, it's not a happy ending. He just dies, or not dies. He just
what? Yeah. Why are you like that? The series ended, and in your mind, it means.
I mean, because that's ostensibly the end. He's just gonna die alone. Just give it.
You don't even. We don't even know that. Oh my god! Like what?
But that's his decision. He decided not to move on, not to get with anyone else.
At that point, shit. Like they're not showing. It's not like a 10-year time skip. It's not like a 10-year time skip or anything.
Oh wait, there won't be.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, there won't be one. But. And I'm not saying he won't. Like that's the point. Like
they should have left it off with them dating him and the coworker. That's it. That would have been. I would have been perfectly fine with the ending. It's the most obvious ending in the world. Again, Japanese authors do not know how to write competent romance endings. They suffer from this weird disease where they have to.
But my thing is, I feel like, but that's my point. I feel like this no shade. I don't think this anime needed a super romance element.
It didn't, but they set one up, so like, why not follow through?
They set up multiple, and it was like, now that Mai got a job and randomly found random Joe Schmo the fisherman, now I can move on. And now that homeboy also found a fake fiance, I can also move. Like, what? You moving on because everyone's like fucking? Like, what?
It sends a lot of weird messages. Also.
Exactly. That's my problem.
I'm gonna say it. I don't give a shit about Mai. Like, Mai was the least interesting character in the show.
I really.
And her fisherman boyfriend, who I don't even remember his name because he appeared in like half an episode and was never relevant at all.
The Renji. I don't know why he was there. Mai, that's when I'm like that. That's when the writing was like the writing got really bad whenever Mai was involved.
Yeah, I feel like Mai was ham-fisted in to be like this kind of wedge for like the relationship between like we have a daughter, so our relationship is more substantial. Honestly, I kind of wish she wasn't in it, and it was just Takae, the husband.
No, I kind of like that. I kind of like that there's a child in there. It makes it.
But here's my thing. I wanted them to expound upon Marika being the child, so like maybe he has to learn how to be a parent to Marika instead of a husband to Takae. and then he has to learn to let go of Takae and raise Marika with her mom.
Wait, are you trying to say that he gets like with Chika?
Either he gets with Chika or he doesn't. But
okay, well that would have made that actually
just learning
makes more sense than freaking Moria.
Yeah, that also makes more sense than Moria.
Moria, who's like clearly way younger than him. And, like, yeah,
I didn't. All right, here's the other. I didn't buy any of the relationships in the show at all because Moria is way younger than him. Didn't really have a reason to be into him, like other than just this is an anime and he's the protagonist, so I have to be into him.
Exactly.
They never really established why she's into him specifically. That relationship feels really
right. It's almost like it almost feels like it feels like what she has for him in reality is like the feeling I have for like my coworker at work. It's like he's like an older gentleman, but it's more like a wow, you're really cool and really dope. Like, and I have a deep respect for you because you are cool.
Yeah, and
like, that's how I feel about coworker, and I feel like that's how it should have been between Moria and old dude. Honestly, she shouldn't have been in this series.
I agree with that, but also if you are gonna do that route, like I don't mind there being an age gap or whatever, but like make it believable or have some kind of reasoning behind it. Because the way she was just like so supremely loyal to his, like oh, you want to fake being married to get your ghost wife to move on? I won't question this at all. Let's do it. Like I don't get what purpose she solved. At least with Chika, ironically, they had more chemistry in a sense, or like they had more reason for having a relationship, right? Like
that makes sense. Like they're both a little older, older kids.
It would have made more sense. It would have made more sense. But whatever, I guess. Agree. My big issue is none of the relationships in the show really hit home for me.
I don't like the subliminal message that like you can get over grief, just get into a relationship or fake
if your wife dies, just marry a younger coworker. It's easy.
Right. Like instead of just telling her that, hey, I'm at peace, you can go, you got to fake
that's what I don't like. It feels like a lie. So you had to lie to your wife to get her to like leave.
Like that, instead of just demonstrating that you're ready to move on.
Yeah, I feel like a normal human being. Doesn't it feel like episode 11 could have been done without the Maria part of it? Like, hey, I'm just moving on. Marika deserves to have a chance at life and have her mother. We can't be tying, our dead wife / mother to some child's body because we're so selfish.
Right.
So move on.
That's it, and that's it. Like that's good enough reason. No, my mom is possessing a 12-year-old girl. Like we have to let her go. Yeah, like I don't know.
The two different routes they could have gone is if they either eliminate Mai and do this whole thing with Chika, Marika, and the husband, or if you want to keep Mai, fine, but like don't do the whole Moria tricking. Like I'm in a relationship with her, and like just make his like way through life or coming through, his sadness, overcoming sadness, being happy for his daughter and like supporting her marriage or something.
Exactly.
Like, just be a really good father-in-law to Renji. Why don't you just?
Yes. Or just don't have Mai date anybody.
Or just don't have Mai date anybody and just have it like we're fulfilled as a family and I'm helping my daughter.
Right. Oh yeah. Right. Or no one could just date anybody and they could just work through their grief like normal fucking people who just happen to have their dead mom and a 12-year-old. Like.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird elements to this show.
Very weird decisions. Yeah, I agree. Also, I love that scene where like they see Takae, not Takae, Moria and Nijima like walking while they're on the Ferris wheel. Mm-hmm. I was like, imagine if they just walk up to him and like just catch Nijima just blowing her back out. No, that's the Dojin version.
Yeah.
Which I hope never exists.
So, what's your rating?
I'm going to give this a I think I'm going to give this a Oh, I'm struggling. Oh, this is hard. I know I said a lot. We just talked a lot of shit about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think ultimately I enjoy the anime. Ultimately, I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to give it.
Dun, 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 dun.
I know this is hard. I'm stuck between like a 7 and a 7.5 for this. Like yes, the whole. I feel like we just like said all the things we didn't like about it. Like the whole how they try to incorporate romance into it sends like a really weird message. Yeah, Moria being in it, weird as hell. My which yeah, I'm probably gonna give it a 7 because it's like damn, they really. It's okay. The whole thing with Moria that was weird, but like my whole thing just being, I will get, I'll be happy once I just find a man. Like I don't know. Maybe that's me being like subjective because like I hate that shit. Personally, I hate that whole this girl will be fine as long as she finds a man. Like I like did Tyler Perry write that part? Did Tyler Perry write my part?
Tyler Perry is actually the creator of the show.
No, because he could never do. And see, and that's why I give it a 7 because even he could not make such an interesting premise. It's like let's not do too much because I think it's still like, even though with the romance got a little skewed along the way, I still think the overall message is still really beautiful about grief and letting go and holding space for how you love someone and trying to move on and how to, and that conflicting, like how do you, like when it comes to like the actual grieving parts. Okay, damn, I'm going back to 7.5 now. when it comes like, because the nitty gritty of it all, which is supposed to be discussions on grief and moving on, I think they handle it very well when it's not involving any romantic interest. They involve it super well. The dilemma with Marika, how parenting's supposed to work with Chica. They did that very, like they hit that very well on the head. I think they did a really good job. So I think that's for that reason I'm gonna give it 7.5. It's like you got like the main meat of potatoes, but the main message of this anime for like the most part, you got it right. I mean, the end was a little, but you did it in such a beautiful way, and it's such a very different anime. That's like this could have been worse. This could have gone a whole lot worse than the way it ended.
Wow. So you're being the nice guy, so I get to be the Simon Cowell. I'm giving this a 6. I, for all the reasons you said, but with the twist that because it did so much interesting stuff in the beginning, it had such an interesting premise and stuff, I was expecting more from it, and I think it took the most generic, safe, bland, bad ending possible out of the route that it could have gone. And I feel like the ending matters a lot for these types of shows.
I think you're just really mad that he's single, and
I'm
not, and that's the main difference. And that's the difference between our scores.
Single, and if he wasn't single, but like had a better lesson tied to it, I like it more. But like, yeah, I just don't like the fact that it ended that way. Like, I don't care about the show never made me.
Damn it! Now you make me go back to 7. Fine, I'm going back to 7 because like you do have a point.
I never cared about, like, Maya had the most technically fulfilling character arc, and I did not care about her character at all. I wish they gave us more Moria if they were going to include her that important, like make her that important to the end. I wish they would have gave us more Chica. I was actually the best parts of the show were the Chica
I think
Monica
relationship. Chica had some of the best moments. I agree.
I'm like, damn, this should have been just about Chica and Marika's relationship. Yeah, like it was really strong in the beginning, and I think as it went on, it lost steam, and it pretty consistently became like, ugh. And a lot of things that were convoluted, like there's a lot of convoluted moments in this series that just happened to kind of progress the plot because it had to happen. Like people randomly, like Moria believing the story about the reincarnated wife and all, him running into the Buddhist monk is like, oh, I know, this is reincarnation and da da da. And I didn't. It felt really contrived.
I can see that. Yeah, for sure.
I
can't blame you.
I think it could have been better. Let me just put it that way.
Mm-hmm. I think it could have been better, but I also think it could have been a lot worse.
Oh yeah. Still, though, you guys should watch it if you. I mean,
if you're into like
nothing to watch.
I'm screaming. I would say watch it if. I would say honestly watch it if like. I don't know if you're like in a like. I would say if you're just struggling with like a grief of like a loved one, even though you yourself would probably be like the ending is like what the fuck is this?
Watch the first 5 episodes or 6 episodes.
wait, no, because Chica comes a little like 7, 8.
All right, fine, fair. Don't watch the last 2 or 3 episodes, but
like, right, yeah, just like up to like 9 or 10.
Yeah,
out there. All right, up next we have Nageki no Bourei wa Intai Shitai. Episode like 11 and 12. Did I watch
it? Yeah, 11 and 12. This is my episode of the week for this week, not for last week.
Okay.
Because I'm a sucker for good old economic speculation, stock market, spice and wolf economy thing, which is what's going on in this arc.
Really? I just thought in the most loose way possible.
It's literally a bidding war over speculating about the value of a fucking relic. That's probably
what the premise
nothing.
is so.
It's
right.
So
the premise is so
dumb.
stupid.
It's so dumb. The thing is worth probably it's garbage that's worth nothing. Like speculation is driving the price so high.
Like I can't wait till he puts on the mask. And, like the mask just makes you ugly.
This is just medieval NFTs. Like this is crypto. This is medieval crypto. Dogecoin. Can I have
medieval Dogecoin? That is hilarious. Yeah. I mean, okay. Granted, I was really tired when I was watching this.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was just more of. I guess that was more interesting as opposed to like, I'm gonna fight you and da 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 da. They took an interesting turn when it did turn into, people finding out that he wants to buy a relic.
Mm-hmm.
The rumor spreads. Plot twist, of course, it's the Thunder Gang. I put their name. That's what I'm calling the Thunder Gang.
Thunder Gang.
The Thunder Gang's relic. And then, of course, for a split second, they do that thing which I hate, where they like overly psych themselves out because they can't believe in Kurai's incompetence.
To be fair, he gives them reasons to like. He did the whole gravity spell thing on them to like mislead them into thinking that he has some kind of power over them.
That is true.
Which, all right, by the way, episode 11, even though it's not my episode of the week, was pretty funny. The whole, because it started out with like the Thunder Gang being like, actually, what if he is just a dumbass that doesn't deserve to be level 8? So they were on the right track, but then they kind of, fumbled the ball.
Yeah, just a little bit. He was like, "Oh, emergency spell ring,"
which his sister made apparently.
Yeah. Also, asking Teen, like, that's why I'm like, yo, this dude's like, like Cry literally like I slightly he gives me the ick with each episode more and more.
Why?
He literally let
Tino. Oh yeah, he let Tino fight. You forget he's literally, like Kazuma. He's a piece of shit. He doesn't care.
He really is, but he's not funny like Kazuma.
He isn't. It's
just like you're just an asshole.
He is just I think he's a little funny, but he is an asshole. Like Tino just got her ass beat. He didn't even try to help her.
Like and everyone's like,
watch her fight for you,
right? Like damn, like he's just such an asshole. Like
I like this thinking though. It's like I want to lead him to the main street, so maybe one of my teammates can come up and save me.
Right, I'm just like, was there no better way besides just being like, yes, Tino. I felt so bad for her. Like,
yeah, I always feel that Tino gets beat up every fucking episode.
Like always, like miss short end of the stick, Tino.
I like how when we first started the show in episode 1, she was like this badass, like I beat down all of you, and now she's just like the punching bag of every character.
She really is, and I hate that for her.
There was one funny scene where he was like, "Oh, I don't have time for the Arnold and his minions A through E," and then he calls the guy A, and he's like, "How'd you know my name?"
Hey, yeah, that joke was funny. Hey, how does he know my name?
And he's like, "Calm down, A," but it's like spelled EIGH. That was cute.
Also, yeah, like I don't know. I feel like Kazuma isn't really in a position where he can be like too much of an asshole. And also, like, Kazuma's also surrounded by low-key self-serving assholes, so it's like, it balances out. Karai, on the other hand, is like, with no power, he's in a position, and I don't know, he just like, yeah, I think episode 11 was when I realized, I'm like, oh, I really don't like you as a person. I was like, I really don't, because like, in addition to that, the whole background story with Chloe, the receptionist.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Chloe.
No, that was a terrible taste in my mouth. I'm just like, oh, so you're really like the worst. Okay, because like
she wasn't old enough to be an adventurer.
Right, and it's like you could have just said that, but instead you're keeping up this all-knowing, omnipotent person. It's like one of these times you can literally just say, "Oops, my bad."
No,
you can join. But no, he was just like, I could do that, but no, I'd rather manipulate her into like being a receptionist forever.
Well, he doesn't want to get on what's his name, Gark or whatever, his bad side because she's the guild receptionist. He doesn't want to steal her.
Dude, I'm not saying he has to like tell her to come. Just be like, you can apply if you want. But no, he kind of like he had manipulated her into being like. Yeah, and didn't even say anything. He's like, you already know the answer. Like, what? Oh, I want that made me want to fight him.
I will say it is funny to see. I think it was in episode 12 where it's clear that even though like his direct guild mates like praise him as some super genius, not everyone in the guilds sees him that way because like the lesser guilds below him that are part of him, I guess, however that works. Clearly despise him and don't think highly of him because when the Thunder Gang was going to each one, they were all just like, "Cry is a piece of shit. I'm not fighting you for him."
It wasn't so much that Cry's a piece of shit. It was more so of like, oh yeah, no, except for the elves.
The elves were like, he's a piece of shit.
No, yeah, the elves actually hate him, but everyone else was like.
Everyone else was like, "Don't take him seriously. Don't worry."
Right, don't take him seriously. Also, we're not about to fight you on his behalf. Like, leave us like. They're like, some of them were like, "Are you stupid?" Like,
and then like, Ark, like him going through all the people for money. He's like, "Oh, please let me some money," and Ark's like, no, we're not."
Right? Yeah. It's like they follow him, but like they're
clearly aware of his faults. Like, yeah, I'm never getting that money back if I lend it to you.
Exactly. And she's like, "Oh yeah." Use my wedding money.
I got
use our wedding funds.
Our wedding funds.
Which was so insane. I love Citri.
I love her a lot. She went from being a nobody I don't care about to quickly rivaling.
Right. In one episode, I think she became like my favorite character.
She's equally as delusional, but in a funny way. And then she's like trying to be like, we have 200 million. And then Eclair, the noble, is like, all right, we need 500. And it just like keeps building.
The nobles were like, ugh. And well, at least they were smart enough to know that, like,
yeah,
they're like, oh, they're not gonna tell us that they just have under. No, how much do we have in the treasury? Yes, we must liquidate all of our
they're
savings.
They're literally gonna go broke.
Auction.
They're gonna go broke.
See that, and I'm just like, that's when honestly, that's when I started going on my phone. So I'm like, what the fuck am I watching?
But that's so dumb. They're literally just gonna go bankrupt, fucking getting this mask.
So stupid. Also, that noble girl's a bitch.
She was a bitch, but it's funny. Also, I like featuring me like this is why I hate nobles, and then coming into the Kanai's office and oh, that's why I hate nobles and merchants. Like, everybody.
So funny. She was so funny for that. Oh my gosh, yeah, the noble girl. I'm like, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you eat shit. Actually, because you're that obnoxious. I don't care that you have a crush on Ark. You're just mean. Like, even though I think Cry is an asshole, I'm still like fair when it comes to like people talking to people, and she like literally he didn't say anything. She's like, "Ah, you dumb piece of shit!" Like, "Ah, fucking filthy seeker!" Like, whoa.
Which reminds me, I had my wires crossed because I watched this episode after watching Notorious Talker.
Oh yeah, I think I just used the word seeker.
Yeah, that's right.
I was like, that was
because Ark being like the pretty blonde guy that everyone loves, and then Notorious Talker having the pretty blonde guy that everybody loves. I totally got them mixed up in my mind, and it was like at some point watching this episode, I'm like, man, when is Kawaii gonna kill this guy? How is he gonna betray him?
Screaming. Right. So I think that's it for that. I feel like it's gonna. I feel like this action. I hope the auction doesn't go exactly the way I think it's gonna go, but I think it is.
It probably will.
Okay. Well, we'll worry about that when the time comes. Up next, we have Puniru wa Kawaii Slime, episodes 9, 10, and 11.
Jesus Christ.
Ugh. I don't remember what her outfit was in episode 9 at the beginning, but I wrote down that it was 10 out of 10.
Was it where she was like the rapper black chick or whatever?
Black is crazy, but could be.
Or she was also a dragon in the episode, which I think I used for the thumbnail of the last week's episode. By the way, episode 9 of this was my episode of the week. Or episode, was it 9 or 10? 9 was the episode of the week for last week for me.
Okay.
The not Christmas episode.
The not Christmas episode. And honestly, yeah, I remember this being actually a good episode. I'm looking for
her outfits.
Her outfit change. Damn you. Okay, so I think it was a dragon. Yeah, it was a dragon.
Yeah, the dragon one was cute.
Yeah, that was pretty great. I was like, wow, I love that. Let's see. Also, I was like, I wrote down that this episode is very peak middle school. This anime is very peak middle school. Oh, yeah. I feel like they capture the essence of middle school very well in this anime.
Pretty much.
Like, just like a bunch of bumbling middle school age children who are dumb as hell, but are all trying to navigate their way towards maturity. Some people further away, more seemingly mature than the others. You have Mommy who weird and thinks she like trying to be a mother at the age of 11. And then on the other spectrum we have what's his name, the blonde dude who who's still very much a kid at heart.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, and then the whole thing. Dude, this is a very interesting episode where he just confesses his feelings to mommy and gets shut down multiple times, and then he's just like, "Okay, I'm just gonna keep confessing to her.
That's what I kind of
I'm just gonna throw away for her."
because it's kind of there was a bit of character development here because first off he confesses to mommy and gets rejected. I kind of like that whole thing with Puniru where she was like, where he's just all upset. He's like, "I'm a loser." Then Puniru cheers him up. He's like, "No, you were always a loser. That's not new."
That was great. I love that line.
But it also kind of like inspires him. Like, oh my god, you're right. I was always a loser. What's wrong being a loser? I'm gonna keep asking mommy out. And that's kind of like a cute little funny character development moment for them. And I think just over the course of these 3 episodes, bit of character development from I forget the main character's name now. Kotaro, yeah, especially in relation to his feelings with Puniru. Because we learn the real reasons why he can't call her cute and why he doesn't feel so comfortable with cute things.
No, he does feel comfortable.
Well, in secret, not public.
Oh yeah. Which basically boiled down to when girls made fun of me for it when I was younger.
Mm-hmm. Which, to be fair, they're in middle school. That tracks.
Yeah, no, it tracks. Yeah, that is a legit reason.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't want to call her cute. And that had nothing to do with them girls.
I feel like he did that so that they wouldn't make fun of him for being with her or like try to take her from him. Like, oh, she's not cute, so I'm allowed to have her and you can't. So I feel like
that also
if I want to put my
although that he's trying to get horny.
That or he's trying to go. But I want to put my psychiatrist hat on and be like, you see, this is how he copes with the trauma. He doesn't want to. If he admits that Puniru is cute, then he has to cope with possibly losing her.
Interesting, Dr. Oni. That's not why I'm here. Just cut me a prescription for Adderall. Thank you so much. They making a last minute Christmas party is insane. It's so interesting their take on Christmas. Like it really just feels like a party holiday, which I would actually prefer.
I'm down with party holiday.
I prefer Japan's take on Christmas over the U.S.'s take on Christmas.
I think so. It seems more fun. Like you just hang out with like either
more fun, less capitalist.
In a sense, and you're not buying gifts, but you're it's still capitalist. You're gonna be going out like buying food and shopping.
Yeah, but you're gonna be having fun doing that shit. Christmas is not a super fun time for most people. It's very stressful. All I hear half the time is how people are like, "Oh my god!" Even me for Secret Santa, I was like struggling. I have to pay extra money for.
Yeah, no, you don't have to tell me twice. I literally just did
extradited.
My shopping. I'm super poor right now.
Exactly, I have to spend a little extra money for extradited shipping for a Secret Santa. Gross. like disgusting. Like how dare I? Like, that's how the stupid Christmas gets you. It preys upon your feelings on trying to get the right gift for a special someone. Okay, I'm getting off my soapbox because I really can't talk about the rest of the podcast of why I don't fuck with Christmas. But yeah, Mommy, oh my god, when they split her apart into 4 and Mommy just like lost her shit again. I appreciate the Mommy Yandere moment.
So this is my crackpot theory, but I think those 2 girls that they keep showing, the bratty Gyaru looking girls.
Yeah. Do you think they're the ones who bullied him when he was younger?
No, that's a good guess though. I think that they might have a relationship going on. I think they might be the canon lesbian pairing.
You know what? I like gay shit, so I'll allow it.
Because if you watch episode, was it the recent one, 12, or 11? There's a moment where they're making Puniru cakes, and then they give her the cake, and then the pink-haired chick is like, "Oh yeah, I made this for my boyfriend," and then like the other girl is like, she looks shocked, and she just like looks super upset by it or whatever.
I mean, I just thought she made that reaction because like you're giving Puniru a burnt cake that was meant for your boyfriend.
I would have thought that too, or like she was just jealous that she had a boyfriend or something. But I don't know. Later on in the episode, you just see them together eating for Christmas. So that, instead of her being with her boyfriend, I did
keep that. So I'm like, yeah, where are you with your?
Yeah, where's your boyfriend?
Where's your boyfriend?
Maybe she's the boyfriend.
Maybe she is boyfriend. Maybe that's why she was shocked. She was like, "You were gonna make that?
Yeah,
for
like
me?
You were making that for me."
Oh my god! Oh, I would give this show like at least a point.
I will give them a whole point if that comes out next episode, because next episode is the last episode.
Right, because I'm just like, between that and the green haired dude being pansexual, I'm like, yes, come on, queer anime. Excuse me.
Puniru's giving us the representation we need.
Who from Puniru of all anime? Yeah, I know I'm going off. No, I'm not supposed to have like. I am antisocial. All right. Wait. Do I have anything else to say about this? I feel like just bounced around back and forth. Oh, the graded daikon joke was pretty funny. I really enjoyed that.
Was so random, but yeah.
Like, oh, it's snowing, and it's the guy grading daikon. They're like, oh my god, or this is a weird guy grading daikon. So that is very strange. Also, her winter outfit was cute.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm at the point where I'm like, all of Puniru's outfits are just adorable, and I'm convinced that this is a whole thing to sell toys, and I'm sure it'll make a lot of money.
I hope so, because they put a lot of effort in.
I might have to buy a figure of her in various outfits. We'll see.
Oh well, there we go. Yeah, yeah, and then of course the cake scene was funny, where everyone kept feeding her not cake. They fed her some cake. They fed her a strawberry cake. I forget what the problem with it was, or I guess you're just saying no because it wasn't Kotaro. Someone fed her sushi. The doctor fed her dirt. I'm like, that was rude. And then what gagged me after that, when she does her little spiel to Kotaro, she's like, "Oh yeah, they were actually all delicious." I was like, "Even the dirt." Now my science brain is thinking. I'm just like, "Are you lying? Like, how do you digest food?"
It probably dissolves in slime. I don't know.
Like, I'm like, are you lying? Do you have taste receptors? What do they work like? Because you can't.
All right, Mr. Scientist teacher.
I'm sorry. After she said everything was delicious, now I need to know. Also, randomly, he had a wife and kid. I was like, what? Him? Okay. Right. Up next, we have. It's not on and chart, but up next, we have Notorious Talker, episode 10 and 11. Yeah, I'm just like, there's a part of me that feels bad for this random group of seekers, random party of seekers, and I was like, I'm just gonna fuck y'all lives up because I just need to get to the next level, and so I'm gonna have to pounce upon your team.
Yeah,
but like, the way he does it, I'm just like, I stand. Like, I really can't help but stand.
All right, so I'm conflicted because on one, I hate that he's just an like. I don't mind the main character being an asshole or whatever, or being like ruthless, but he has to be like an asshole in service of something noble or good. He's just being an asshole being an asshole. Like he's
being an asshole so he can get his crew. Like that's what it is.
You don't have to pick on that. So it's like, oh, let me go out of my way to pick this team that has a very good guy trying to live his nice life. Fuck him. I'm gonna ruin it. I'm gonna destroy every relationship
he has to pick apart. He
doesn't have to. There's a billion other ways he can bring his group up.
The best group, and this is the way he does it.
Oh my god. It's so fucking stupid the way he's just such a prick. He's just an ass. Like, listen, if you like him because he's just a ruthless asshole, that's fine. But he's a. Listen, I have a soft spot.
He's not. It's not because he's a ruthless asshole. He's a ruthless, smart asshole.
I have a soft spot for cute girls being, abused, and there happens to be a cute archer girl, elf girl in their group.
So her arm blown the fuck off.
Yeah, I'm not here for abuse of elves, all right? So I don't like
I mean, it. I'm here for it because she started it.
She had a point. Anyway.
She started it. No. Even though it was part of Noah's plan. Even if it was part of Noah's plan.
I know it was part of his plan, but God, such a drama queen. Oh,
I love
it. Your teammate is harassing me.
Oh, it was so good because
I know,
literally that's why I loved it because it literally started being like, oh no, she touched me. It literally cut to like the Lancer stabbing his teammate. Like
he's a dick. I don't like it, but here's the thing: the only reason I'm letting him get away with this is literally because Alma's on his team and she's super cute and he's nice to her. But other than that,
yeah. Also, I partially blame Leon.
Why?
Because this dumbass, like, all Leon had to do was be like, all right, let's think of a plan to kill him. But he literally went as far as to say, yes, I believe in... Why would you say that? I believe in Noelle more than you?
Okay, yeah, that's what I was going to get to. The whole their team falling apart shit is so dumb. First of all, they fell apart so easily. Literally, oh, I don't agree with your plan. Oh, so you're betraying. You're betraying me. Noelle was right.
Yeah, they.
I don't agree with your plan. That's literally gonna get you
because
killed.
Noelle said, like, he's gonna betray you, and then the moment he said, "Hey guys, let's work with the other team," he said, "Let's work with the other team.
Let's work with the other team to win and not get killed." Their plan is literally, all right, I'm gonna go get myself killed and you escape. And Leon's like, no, that's fucking stupid. Why don't we just work with the other team and we all escape and live and can stand apart? Like. No, why would you? It doesn't make any sense. Oh,
I granted, yes. There were definitely some overreactions when it came to that part.
But then, yeah, you're right. And then Leon was like, "Oh, you're right. I am betrayed. I am siding with Noelle over you." Why would you phrase it like that, you idiot?
Right? Yeah. Like, yes, I can totally admit that. Yes, the whole them falling apart thing was incredibly over dramatized. Still liked it. No, it was funny. It was funny. Was it necessarily good? No, but it was funny, and I enjoyed it greatly.
I kind of want to see Noelle lose. I'm sorry. Like, he's getting on my nerves now with being too much of an asshole. He needs to be balanced out somehow.
No, I mean, I do agree. Like, season 2, I agree he should get his ass beat a little bit, for sure. But for now, I'm kind of just enjoying the ride. I'm enjoying it because it's like, I think he's like, so there's like two types of like main characters when you're like a main character surrounded by people who are like better than you or kind of like stronger than you or more knowledgeable. So there's like two types that I can tolerate. The one where it's like you're dumb, but you're also like god powerful, like the main character from Shadow in the Garden. So I can take that because it's like, all right, he's like an asshole and he's kind of stupid, but he's like the strongest character there, period. And then there's the characters who are like, I'm not as smart, sorry, I'm not as, like, I'm not strong, I'm arguably like the weakest in terms of like power level, but I'm also incredibly smart, and I use that to like figure shit out.
Mm-hmm.
And which is why I hate Cry, because Cry falls into neither of those categories. He's just like an asshole who's like also weak as shit. Um, um, yeah, but Noel falls into one of those categories. He's not super strong, but he's incredibly intelligent. He just also happens to be like, not nice.
Like, here's my thing: you have to give me a reason to root for you. I like when he's being an asshole to other assholes. Like, if he's fucking up a gang, like the little ass Stark, where it was like the mafia family and the guy is like a drug addict, sociopath. Mm-hmm. I'm fine with him being an asshole to those people. Or like the guy who was trying to kill him with the, like, I'm gonna poison you and take your money. And I'm fine with him being mean and ruthless towards those and outsmarting them. I don't like that he's doing it to just a dude with a bunch of friends living his life. Like, fuck this guy living a good life. I'm gonna ruin his relationship. Can you just beat them and then like I already beat you? That's it. No,
he can't.
I know he can't. But like, that's my thing.
That's why he did this, because he can't beat them.
That's
so he has to be underhanded.
Like, it's so like, I can't root for you. Then you're just being a dick to a bunch of innocent people.
Oh,
who are nice and otherwise good. You can't just be
okay. Well, I'm not soft like Oni. I love it.
Well, I don't. That's such a dick move to do.
Now if it's like, if he does this like 20 times over again, I'll be like, all right. I'm
like, they're not hurting him. I initially thought maybe Leon was hiding like some dark secret, and maybe that Noel like picked up on. He's like, I'm gonna expose him in a secret or something. No, he's just a nice dude, and he's just like, oh, I'm gonna exploit your niceness and your comfortable life to just ruin everything you worked for, so I can get ahead of you. Like, damn, that's fucked up.
So my hope is that by the time this is over, I'm pretty sure I'm almost about to kill the dude. I think he'll somehow like be like, yeah, I made you guys all disband. That clause is really, because I thought before this episode, I thought like, okay, he's gonna win, and then he's just gonna like maybe like absorb or work with the other, like.
That's what I was thinking. Like, oh, you all disbanded, and now you can join my guild or whatever.
That's what I thought was gonna happen, but then this episode happened where he explicitly states, "You guys can never work again in another party."
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if the same thing works for clans. Maybe the rule doesn't work for clans, and he's like, "You guys can join my clan, you just can't be in a party with each other."
Probably, maybe.
Like, I feel like, I mean, I'm full transparency. I'm totally okay with him just being like, "I'm just an asshole. Your team is done. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck on out."
I'm not. I feel like he has to at least do something.
I'm fine with that, but there's a part of me that is hoping that like there's like a kind of slight happy ending for the other team.
They don't deserve a bad ending.
Somewhere
they were just
right.
They're stupid, like, but they're not evil.
Exactly. So I hope Noel does something like where he's like, yeah, I just manipulated the fuck out of y'all, and I kind of feel bad about that. So here, this. Yeah. I'm hope that for me that's like the best ending, but it's also an ending where he just fucks them over. Me personally, I would be okay with that too, because honestly, like, I'm just like, if you're about like, he keeps talking about how like, no, I'll do whatever I have to take and claw my way and kill whoever to get to the top. And honestly, he hasn't super been doing that. He's just been coming up with very elaborate schemes to like fuck over people who would essentially fuck him over first.
I mean, those are you can get to the top by fucking over evil people too. Like, you don't need to go out of your way to fuck up nice people to get to the top.
You can, but it's like it's giving. I want to see more ambition. Ambition to me is not real ambition if you're just being like like a really cool Robin Hood. I want to see more. Well, I wanted to see more Gray, and I got plenty of Gray, and I think that's why I'm happy about it, because it's like for like most of the series, it's been giving like gray white-ish, like a very light gray in terms of like more his morality. He's like, I'm only fucking over people who are like bad people who did bad things, like try to murder me.
Keep that same energy.
And even then, I still argue. For the most part, well, okay, not for his teammates who stole all his money. He sold them into slavery. So that was very much an eye for an eye. But speaking of, when the guy tried to kill him and he stole the dude's eye, yeah, that was like, like, if it was me, I would have just killed you. I would have killed you and your wife. And then been like, damn, sorry, daughter, but your dad tried to kill me.
Well, that's kind of what makes me think, like, if he didn't go out of his way to kill them, I think he'll at least be...
Yeah. He'll probably do something. He'll be merciful to them in some way.
Good.
I just thought it was just funny to watch the threads unravel. I had a good time.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. And I'm still enjoying the show a lot. I would like to see Noelle be a little bit nicer, is all.
Alright. And last but not least, we have Tower of God, season 2 episodes 23 and 24. I'm glad the sleepy dude had like 5 seconds of screen time. Cause it's like, all right, I forgot, like, your character, and you're like pretty good with the shinsui of it all. Oh, excuse me. Wagnon somehow lives. I wonder if they're gonna go into that. I feel like they're hinting at like there might be a reason why he survives. They keep saying like it's a miracle he's alive. Like I don't know if you peeped that. Like said towards like the end of episode 24. They're like, there's a miracle that he's alive. I'm like, yeah, because then you got like stabbed right through the chest.
Yeah.
Let's see. Obviously for episode 23, there's a lot of action going on. At some point they actually had the nerve to do like some DBZ recycled animation sequence, which what kind of blew mine a little bit. I was just like, wow, y'all really didn't. Y'all didn't actually pull a Dragon Ball Z. That's insane. Y'all said we have no money. You said the budget is
we've run out of money. I'm sorry.
That's all we can do. Like the beginning of the episode, there was like fire happening. I think like the pyromaniac dude, and the fire looks so awful. Oh my god. Let's see. Oh yeah, Beta going through it. Once you realize he can't beat Bam, and yeah, I would say the fight with him and Bam, for the most part, was fine. For Tower of God.
Yeah, they're definitely allocating their funds depending on the fight, right?
For sure. I'm like, did I? I took the. Oh, there we go. Oh, so this episode they're playing their escape from the whatchamacallit, the battle shop game, or the workshop game. Workshop,
yeah.
Right? Yeah, workshop battle. That's what it's called. Trying to escape from the workshop battle. And Urek is mentioned again, Mr. Mazino himself. Wants to meet Bam. They gave some like a little reminder, like, oh, it's Urek, that guy that Bam met. Also, I forget that what's happening now and him meeting Mazino was like years ago. I forgot that like there was like a time skip. Let's see. We have a little bit of Endorsey. That was cute.
Yeah, she had a good little moment.
Mm-hmm.
She got to fight a bit.
Just emphasis on the bit.
Yeah, very bit.
Oh my god, that girl with the wings, she's such a bitch, but I kind of live for her. She's like, oh, you in violence, huh? You don't want to be careful. You don't want to get killed like a Nox mommy. Yeah. I was like, oh shit.
That was a wild jab.
That was insane.
0 to 100.
Damn, Nox not even here. Damn. That's insane. Dorsey's like entrance, she's just like, oh my god, what's going on? Like I just want to, like she's never like in a point where she feels that she's in danger.
Mm.
She just says like her little quips and talks about how she's gonna date Bam and Bam is her boyfriend, etc., etc. So yeah, I enjoy that about Endorsey. Do you believe? How do you feel about like the researcher and like her logic? Like, I was looking at her kind of like weird when she was just like, "Oh, I too was an orphan, so I was trying to make these orphans stronger so they can, you know, eventually defend themselves."
It's a bit backwards, but you know,
right? Because I'm like, so you watched them as they all got tortured and horribly murdered. Like, then Beta literally had to kill like 60 plus kids or something like that.
That just makes him that much tougher, Drew.
Apparently not, because he's about to die. Yeah, 1 month.
Nah, I didn't say it made him tough enough, but I'm just saying that much tougher.
But yeah, so that's happening, and then Bam and it's like, yay, a return to form. I remember me reading this and being so happy, being like, oh my god, yay, Bam and Rock and Poon all fighting together again as a team.
Yeah, brought back like, nice memories of season 1.
Exactly. So it's like nostalgia. The final nostalgia that Oni wanted so badly.
We just need a knock, here. And then we're perfect.
Oh, yeah, sorry. No Lizard Loli for you.
Oh, boo.
All right. I think with that, we've kind of ran through the gauntlet.
Yay!
We're finally done with our weekly reviews, and apparently I did watch everything I needed to watch. Yay!
Yeah, you didn't skip anything.
Didn't skip.
Watch me remember tomorrow. I'll be like, oh my god, we skipped the whole show.
I do. Well, I guess we'll just cover it next week. Fuck it. That being said, we are done with our weekly reviews, and we are done with this motherfucking show. Oni, please take us away.
Guys, if you enjoyed this week's episode of the Waifu podcast, make sure you like button and subscribe so you get every episode as it goes up every week. If you haven't already, do follow us over on Twitter, follow us on Twitch, and join the party in our Discord, all linked in the description down below. If you'd like, you can even become a channel patron or member and join us for our weekly live watches. Right now we're watching Dandadan, but we will pick up 2 new shows in the upcoming season. So if that sounds interesting to you, you know what to do. Drew, do you have anything you'd like to add?
No, bitch, I'm tired.
Same here. So on that note, this has been Soroni and
Dooby Doo.
Catch y'all later. Later.
Bye.